Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nikki and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a story time video. So this would be my second video and there's going to be, I'm filming another one tonight. I'm going to be filming another vlog. I'm going to my best friend's birthday party tonight at the mall. And I'm just gonna like vlog that and whatever. But I'm going to be telling you guys about the worst flying by myself airplane experience ever. So I've only flown by myself about 10 times and all of those times were pretty decent except for this one. Now, this one was so freaking terrible, it was not even funny. It was very traumatic and it was also one of my first ever time traveling by myself, so it really did not set a good picture for traveling by myself. So it was kind of like for traveling by myself, but I've gotten over it and it's a lot better now. So anyways, it all started off a couple months ago. It was in the summer. Yeah, it was in the summer, and I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was going to Chicago to visit my grandparents in Chicago. And so anyways, I was in Chicago and I was going to Chicago. Okay, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I take a really long time to get ready in the morning. I actually take like 40-minute showers. I take like 10 minutes to like collect myself, and then 10 minutes to get dressed, and then 10 minutes to get out the door, and then like an hour to eat. So I woke up at 4 o'clock. I took a shower. I ate. I got ready. Whatever. We leave the house at 5:30. Okay, we get to Newark Airport at 6:30, 6:37ish. Our flight's at 9, okay? So the flight's at 9, it's a pretty early flight, but we had to take, it was just long, okay? It was just long. We leave the house at 5:30, get there at 6:30. It's about an hour drive, and there was traffic for some reason at 5 o'clock in the morning, and so it took a little bit longer to get there than usual. But then we get there, there's huge ass lines. There's such big lines. Like the only other time I've ever seen lines bigger than that was when I was traveling to Florida during Christmas, and it was like a last minute ticket and the lines were huge. But anyway, so it took about 30 minutes to get through security. Okay, so by the time we're finished going through security, it's 8 o'clock and we have an hour to get to our flight. So we're in the American Airlines terminal and I'm with my cousin, Samantha. And it was like a pretty gloomy day outside. It was like really cloudy, kind of like rainy. It was like raining a little bit, but nothing serious, like nothing too serious. So we get a little bit to eat, but a little bit of a bite to eat, and we go to our gate. And we go to the gate and we see the flight status, delay till 11 o'clock. Now, that is a long delay. We should have been in the air at like 9:30. Now we're not even boarding till 11. So that's an hour and a half delay. So we're just like kind of panicking a little bit because it's like kind of late. And my cousin Samantha had to work, had to go to work in the city. That's why she took me. But since it was super delayed, she was kind of getting a little bit nervous about it. I didn't really care. So fast forward an hour and a half, and then we start the boarding process. So if any of you guys have ever flown by yourself before, you know that as an unaccompanied minor, you have to board the plane either first or board the plane last. And it's like, you have to also sit in the back too, like in the very, 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 very back to where you can't even recline your seats, no matter how much freaking money you pay for the plane seat. You could pay for first class, but they still put you in the back, right? So I get on the plane last, 30 minutes after boarding, because they were sitting there waiting for a missing passenger and then didn't even realize that I was there and forgot to call me up, which was really annoying, and like was not very appreciated. Okay, but anyways, we get on the ground. I mean, like we're taxiing away, and then there's lightning. And at an airport, when there's lightning, you cannot move for another 30 minutes. Like the plane can't go anywhere. So we're sitting there on the tarmac for 30 minutes, not doing anything. And it's really, really annoying and very frustrating. So now we were supposed to be taken off at like 12. Now we're not even gonna get to the runway till 12:30. Fast forward like an hour. We're in line for the runway. It takes about 20 minutes for that to happen, like to take off. Then we start to take off, and the freaking engine on the plane, there was something wrong with it, so they had to abort the takeoff. That pretty much means they do not take off. Like, they're going down the runway, and then they stop. They stop. We have to wait like another 20 minutes so that they could figure out what's wrong with the engine. It was like a little thingy going off in the cockpit, and then like they got really nervous. 30 minutes later, we're in the air. Okay, so now it's 1 o'clock. I should have been in Chicago at 11. Now it's 1 o'clock and we just took off. Hello? That's not okay. That is not okay. I'm having too many brain farts. Okay, that's not okay, okay? So, there's turbulence the whole entire flight. It's like this. The plane is like this the whole entire time. And it is not okay. I do not approve of this. I don't think anybody else on the plane did too. Okay, so the flight to Chicago from where I live is like 2 hours, okay? So I land at 3 o'clock. 4 hours or 5 hours delayed because you have to count the 11 because I was supposed to be there at 11. 5 hours late, okay? So fast forward like 5 days. We had such a great time. Me and my grandmother and my grandfather had a really, 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 really good time. We had a really, really good time, okay? We just had a great time. And it is super stormy. So I have a night flight going home, and it is really, really stormy in Chicago because the weather was like really weird this summer. If you guys like live in the north, you know. But it was some pretty bad weather. So my flight was supposed to board at 7:30, and then we get delayed till 9 because of thunder and lightning again. So we get delayed another hour and a half, okay? And that is not okay, okay? I've gotten delayed so many times already this trip that I'm just over it. And I was like really caught up on sleep, and I was like super excited to get home early and be able to like go to sleep because it was a Sunday. I was flying home on a Sunday. And the next day was a school day, and I really did not want to be exhausted for school because that is just the worst feeling. If you guys go to school, which I feel like most of the people watching this video do, being exhausted and not getting any sleep for school is the worst feeling ever, and it is not fun and something anybody I think wants to go through. So I'm kind of concerned because now I will be landing at 11 o'clock if the flight doesn't get delayed again. So fast forward another hour and a half, because remind you, we got delayed again. So we were just sitting in the airport eating, like drinking coffee and whatever. And then we board. I'm on the plane at 9:30, okay? Because, of course, I have to be last, and the boarding process takes forever for some reason, okay? Then we start taxiing. And it was raining so hard, and, like, it was really bad. Then there's lightning again. And then we get put in what's called the penalty box. That's pretty much if anything happens before you're supposed to take off. There's like this little like side box that your plane has to go in and has to wait there till you get specific clearance from air traffic control. Okay? Now, let me mind you, although American Airlines sometimes does not have the best planning, they always have the best flight crew. The flight crew that I was with was so cool, and I even have their like Snapchats too. They are so amazing. I'm not gonna say their names, but they know who they are. They were so nice and so amazing to me. It was not even funny. So the captain comes on like the
PA and says, we're gonna be in the penalty box for 2 hours. Now I'm thinking, it's 10 o'clock and we've barely moved like an inch. That's over.
We've barely moved, and this is the second time I got delayed. Okay, so now we won't even be taking off till 12 o'clock. Okay, everybody on the plane. Oh, and there's a dog on the plane. Okay, the dog was super, super, super nice, and the owner was really nice to me. But the person sitting next to the person with the dog was allergic to dogs. And it was just like, okay, can this flight get any worse? But it just got better because I like to socialize, and I every single time I'm on a plane, I'm always sitting with the flight attendants, and they're always super, super nice. And these were the nicest flight attendants I've ever had, and I've been flying for my whole entire life. And so me, the flight attendants, and the person with the dog were all chilling in the back because, like I said, flying as an unaccompanied minor, you have to fly in the back closest to the flight attendants, but I'm always thinking to myself, there's flight attendants in the front. Why am I in the back? But I don't really care because the crew in the back is usually nicer anyways. So, the flight attendants let me do a PA announcement, which is like completely against the rules, and may I, mind you, lets me pass out drinks, pass out snacks, and I get to sit in the jump seats with them. Not like we're flying or taking off or landing because that's like illegal. But I'm also chilling back there with the dog. And that's what I did till 12 o'clock. And I was exhausted because we went to the horse races the morning before. We had to get there at like 8 o'clock. And we stayed there till like 3. It was really, really fun. But anyways, we finally started moving again. It is 12:30 and we have taken off and we're in the air. Then there's thunder and lightning while we're in the air. So if any of you have ever been in a plane before and it's storming outside, you know that that plane does not stop shaking. Now, when you are in the dead back row of the plane, you get the worst of the turbulence. So I was in the back. It was 1 freaking o'clock in the morning, and the whole entire time I was trying to sleep, the plane was going like this. The whole time. Then we get to Newark. It is 2:30 in the morning, and we're coming in for final descent. This is pretty much like right before you're about to land. I cannot even keep my eyes open, but mind you, I have to find my mom all the way at the other terminal, okay? The turbulence coming in was so bad. It was just terrible. The flight attendants, the really cool ones in the back, said that that's the worst they've ever been through, and they've been working for the company for like 6 years. It was pretty bad. So then, I'm in the car with my mom at 3 o'clock. We were both exhausted and miserable. And then, I have to be up at school for 7, because this is my old school. This was last year. I'm in a new school now. Thank God it was not then, because I would have literally gotten no sleep. We get home at 4 o'clock in the morning because the drive is an hour long. We get home at 4. I got 3 hours of sleep that night, and it was Monday. So I was a ghost. I was a ghost? I was a zombie, okay? And it was not okay. So, yeah, that is my worst travel experience I've ever had. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of these storytime videos, please tell me and I will be happy to post more. There's a lot I can talk about. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button in the face, okay? And if you have not already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be vlogging tonight. These videos will probably be up either later tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.